drilled left field. That's got a chance. And it one-hops the wall. And it's a double to start the bottom of the first.
Waste no time there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Here's Ohtani. Swing at a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there, it's got a chance. And he brings it into the warning track. Runner tags at second, puts the tag on him, and it's a double play. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. And first offering is fouled off.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
This one in the air, center field. Valera in position. And that is that. Back here in L.A., stepping up for the Guardians, Daniel Schneemann.
Ball one. Ball two.
Eric Summersgill, our plate umpire.
One thing to watch out for, Boog, is what side of the plate Summersgill might be favoring. He usually sets up at an angle. Pitchers sometimes will try to figure that out early so they can attack that spot and get as many strike calls as possible.
Swings through that. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strength. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
Now here is C.J. Kayfus. Ohtani, when you talk about his skill set, he stops teams from getting hits. That's the thing that he's so good at. He's just really difficult to get base hits against. Fastball for a strike. And the count is 0-2.
Well, he's got power, and he has a reputation of being a strike thrower. So to his advantage, he can expand the zone.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
He can throw that fastball slightly above the top of the strike zone to get hitters to chase. He can also break it off, because when you're geared up for good velocity, it's hard to stay back. You have to make a decision really early.
Off to a strong start, Siggy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Here's Brian Rocchio.
Yeah!
So what's the approach from an offensive perspective against a guy that doesn't give up a lot of hits?
I think you just kind of have to lean out over the plate and, take your base. But seriously, you just have to try to shorten up. I think guys choking up on the bat a little bit to have some more bat control, be a little bit quicker.
Struck him out looking, and he strikes out the side. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Max Muncy. Sliced hard but foul. This one's smoked on its way out of here. And that funky Muncy hits one out. His 4th home run of the season. The Dodgers strike first. It's 1-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. Swing and a chopper out to short. Over to first. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Here's Kyle Tucker, hitting .500 in the series coming into this one. 5 for 10. And that's a fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a two-bagger.
Good piece of hitting going the other way with that pitch to beat the shift. You know, not a lot of guys are willing to do that, even with the shift on, because they're looking to pull the ball with authority. But it's a pretty easy hit if you want it.
Slings to first in time. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it.
That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Miguel Rojas at the plate. And a base hit. So the inning is still alive with Will Smith coming to the dish. The batter now will be Will Smith. No question about this one. It's out of here. Let's break out the StatCast numbers. It's Singy. It tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
Tosses to first. Inning over, although plenty of damage done. Back here at Dodger Stadium. So in now for Cleveland, Gabriel Arias. Swing and a miss. That one at 99. That's strike one. Swings through that.
Well, this can be kind of frustrating for the hitting coach. Right now, this lineup seems to be swinging at everything.
Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. One away. Next to hit, Chase DeLauder. Close, but called the ball. Ball one. Catcher challenge. Will take another look. And on further review, it was a strike. So they've still got both their challenges.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
That's a strikeout. Ohtani sends her packing.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
David Fry in the box now. No balls and a strike. That one fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball still 0-2. Just missed. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Another 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
First baseman, Freddie Freeman.
When I look into your eyes, I feel like
Hard hit to right center. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for two. And it's a leadoff double as they look to keep pulling away.
Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you can tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Gavin Williams out of the game, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Muncy digs in. He's already homered here in this one. That one ripped, but foul.
You know, these Dodgers doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. It's tough to remember the times they've actually swung and missed at a pitch because it really hasn't happened. They've made contact on nearly 100% of their swings.
Base hit into the outfield. Here comes Freddie around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single. It's 6-0. So man aboard. Here's Mookie now. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. This one in the air, center field. Valera under it. And there's one down.
Up next.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. A double and a run scored his first time up. That one is absolutely belted. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. Here's the center fielder, Andy Pajes. He's 0 for 1. This one driven deep center field on its way. Home run. He sends it out of here, and they boost their lead. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Drew. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dip.
One down. Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. There's a swing and a drive. Going, gone.
Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home.
Here's the second baseman, Miguel Rojas. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. 2 down. Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Will Smith to the plate. He's already homered in this game. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can't forget it. Another homer, his 2nd home run of the game, and they add to their lead. Siggy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes. It is tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. No homers yet for the league leader, Boo, but they have a lot of game left.
Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. Back-to-back hits, and they were hit hard. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. 1 for 2. Slides, but it gets by him. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner in the center.
Line shot into the gap, should score at least 1. Here's Ohtani flying around third. 1 run across, headed for the plate. The relay, he'll score. 2 runs are in. It's 13-0. Here's Mookie Betts at the plate now. He's one of the few players in baseball history to win the MVP and World Series in the same season. Laser to the gap, should score the run. Muncy on his horse around third. He'll score easily, and the lead continues to grow. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double. Manager out of the dugout. Kyle Tucker steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That's ripped into the outfield. And that is that. But they put it. Back here at SHOW26. Here's the Cleveland leadoff hitter, George Valera. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Guardians, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They've gone down on strikes at a high rate today, so it's probably time to simplify the approach and just find ways to put the ball in play.
Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Quite the start to this game on the mound, looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already, so this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
On the ground right side, Freeman takes it to the bag. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. 2 down, bases empty. Bo Naylor will hit next. There's a strike.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
The Guardians still looking for their first hit in this one. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That's his 8th strikeout. Back here in L.A., they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
And they've really been peppering left field, as you can see from the graphic right here. Might be time for the defense to slide a bit towards that side.
Valera flashes the leather on the running catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. And now Teoscar Hernandez. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
This one drilled to left. No doubt about it as they add on more. Gone.
He's putting on quite the show at the dish here in this one, and he's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. 3-homer game, man, it's so special.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance, and that's going to bang against the wall. The relay to second, and he's got a double. And up to the plate is Will Smith. 3 for 3. He's got a double and a pair of home runs. Now it's belted deep to left. Way out of here. Home run. And he's gone yard again. That's his 5th homer of the series. High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. That's his 7th home run of the series. And they add to the lead. It's 18-0. That's his 3rd straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boone. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. He got his front foot down. He was strong on his backside, and when his bat went through the zone, there's no question that ball was going to travel out of the ballpark. But that's, if you were putting the tape together, positive to watch, that's it right there. Just
here is Freddie Freeman.
John Armstrong.
And that one lifted in the air, center field. Valera should have this one. Brings it in. And there are 2 outs. Here comes Max Muncy.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
Rush to right. This one's got a chance. Out of here. Home run.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
So 2 down. Here's Mookie Betts. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Ramirez sends it to first. That'll end the inning after. We go to the top of the fifth. Now the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, Daniel Schneemann. And it's fouled away.
You know, these Guardians, they're not going to be happy with the at-bats they've been having so far. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
The high heat, too much on that one.
Now there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
And first offering is fouled off.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
That just misses, ball one.
That's a really good job of laying off two high fastballs. Going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Swing and a miss, and Ohtani gets the strikeout. Now it's the Guardians DH, Brian Rocchio.
Nope.
Two down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the fifth.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he strikes out the side.
Leading off for the Dodgers, right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Going back on this one. It has the distance, gone.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
High fly ball, right field. And there's one down. And up next for Los Angeles, Teoscar Hernandez. And a chance to make some history here, Chris.
Yeah, he's homered 3 times so far, and now he gets another chance, at least we think. We'll see if the pitcher gives him anything to hit. It's so rare to see a 3-homer performance, but even more special for that player to get another chance at the plate to do it again for 4.
Runner on at first with one gone. Digging in, Miguel Rojas. Hard hit down the line and left. And there's 2 away. Here comes the skip. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Cade Smith.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these
That is the inning. Solo shot for the Dodgers this inning. We're through 5. You're watching Dodgers baseball on the Show LA. Back in the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us.
The windows tinted and I ain't renting. I'm winning. Baby was with it in mid-sentence. I feel it. Hustling. No bad. I did it. It's just the beginning. I ain't even close to finish. I got money on the other line. I got to get the call. If you ain't gonna make me better, I don't even get involved. Couple on the close. That's involved. Getting Douglas with my dogs till it's through the walls. I done drove everything. Fiscals to Nissans. Don't do arguing. I just throw the peace signs. Meditate for some me time. Headed back into the city. I'm on the east side. Real for real. You'll think I'm in the Navy. I'm still in the deal. Atlanta. Different appeal.
Gabriel Arias digs in for the Guardians.
Gabriel Arias.
That one close, ruled a ball. And it's 1-0. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. And here is Chase DeLauder.
Nope, that's a ball.
Challenge from behind the dish here. So the call stands. Still one challenge left for them. And that's fouled off.
He's quickly adjusted to major league pitching, and it looks like he's only going to get better. There's a reason he's rated so high as a prospect, and so far, he looks like he could be the real deal.
The 1-2. Strike 3, and now 6 strikeouts in a row.
With that kind of velocity and elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Fry stands in now and watches strike 1. Way inside, gets out of the way. The Guardians hitless so far in the game. And a swing and a miss there.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Tap back to the mound. Gets it to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
Singy, did anybody ever give you the silent treatment?
I don't remember that they did. I think they were pretty cool with me in terms of celebrating my rookie year. First home run came in Anaheim against the Angels, and I always love to watch now, though, especially when that player is unsuspecting. You know, some guys, they've been around long enough to know there's a good chance I'm going to get the silent treatment. But when that player's maybe been grinding it out for a little while and finally gets that home run, is expecting the big lift coming into the dugout, and they just stonewalling, it's awesome.
Line drive, Adam in center field. Doesn't go deep this time. You could almost hear the crowd holding its breath, though. Here's Freddie Freeman now. Out towards right center field. Valera on the move. Takes it in for the out. Here's Max Muncy. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. The Dodgers. Top of inning number 7. Stepping up for the Guardians, George Valera. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Changing speeds has this lineup completely off balance in this one. We've seen a lot of mistimed swings, and it's been a challenge for these hitters to get their rhythm right. You know, he's been so great today. Really just throwing whatever the catcher puts down. I mean, hasn't shaken off the catcher very much at all today.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Right there for a strike. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Now it's Jose Ramirez. On the ground. A dive. He's got it. Throws from his knees. And they get the out. Great play out there. And that keeps the perfect game alive. Naylor at the plate with 2 away. Swings through that one. Foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. We're in the top half of inning number 7. Strike 3. It's a strikeout for Ohtani. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. He swings and hits a fly ball. Center field. Valera after it. Snags it on the run. 1 pitch and 1 out. Now it's the right fielder, Kyle Tucker. Chopper to second. Slinging it to first in time. 2 outs, base is empty. Andy Pages steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Foul ball there. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
And there's a foul ball. Runner takes off. Bounced out to short. Schneemann. Long throw to first. And Hernandez is out. Misplay doesn't cost him. Inning over. The Dodgers out front 20-0. Ready to begin the 8th. So in now for Cleveland, Daniel Schneemann. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Ohtani into his 8th inning of work singing. He's been good.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that gets better as he gets deeper into the ball game. If you're going to get to him, you get to him early. They didn't do that today. We'll see what happens as this finishes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's one down. C.J. Kayfus digs in for the Guardians. A little bit low. And that's ball one. Next offering is fouled back. The Guardians yet to pick up a hit here. That one finds the corner. Going to count 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. And a ball and 2 strikes. This one in the air, right field. Tracks it down for the out. And there are 2 down. Now it's the Guardians DH, Brian Rocchio.
Ball.
Well, no base hits in the series for him. It's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seemed to help. Never helped me.
2 down, nobody on. Swings over the top of that one. In the air to left center. And that'll do it. So down. Bottom of the 8th. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Miguel Rojas. That one fouled off.
You know, these Dodgers doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. Double-digit hits, and they've done a great job of avoiding the strikeout. Only one of them so far, which tells you a lot.
Stays alive. That's ripped. Base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. He elevates that.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. That'll make it out of here. Another homer. His 4th home run of the game. Here's Shohei Ohtani.
Well, the home run leader already has one today because, of course, he does. This crowd's buzzing like they smell a second one coming right here.
So a man at first. Freddie Freeman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Right side. Dive, and he's got it. From his knees, the throw. And they get the out.
Nice diving stop right there. Gets the out. Great reactions. Excellent job of finishing the play with a nice, easy throw.
Sliced hard, but fouled down the left side. Man at second. Swing and a ball ripped right field. And that one back, and that one is gone. And he's gone yard again. That's his third home run of the game. Here's Betts. Hard hit, but right at him and left. 2 down, bases empty. Kyle Tucker getting ready to hit. And first offering is fouled off. Foul ball. Oh, 2 now. And that one hammered. That skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double. Man at second here with 2 away. And now the center fielder, Andy Pajes. Foul ball there. Oh, 1 now. Swing and a drive, deep right field. That one carrying. That's not coming back.
That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
At the plate, Teoscar Hernandez. That's hard hit on the line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
Stepping in, Miguel Rojas. This one in the air, center field. Valera on his way in. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. All set to start the 9th in this one. Stepping up for the Guardians, Gabriel Arias. Ground ball right side. Rojas to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. And now 2 outs away from history.
Well, I hope he gets this done. I mean, this is the kind of feat that can define.
Soft contact in the air. Makes the grab, and there's 2 out. Last out for the Guardians. So in now for Cleveland, David Fry. And a swing and a miss.
Boog, I'll tell you right now, every player defensively on their toes like never before.
They're down to their final strike.
They want to make sure they have the opportunity to put this pitcher in the history books. They're going to make the play.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. That one lifted to left. Hernandez moving under it. He's got it. It's a perfect game.
Just unbelievable. I was nervous up here in the booth. I can only imagine what his teammates and even he felt out there on the mound closing this thing out. Everyone will remember this perfect game, and it'll be notched in Cooperstown forever.
biche y raspado con cola. Aquí todas las tristezas se van con la sola. Yo crecí viendo el atardecer como nunca. It's still in San Diego. You can hear a baby cry as the trains in New York City roll thunder down the line.